Hello, everyone, and welcome to retrograde upgrades that are going to bring huge rewards in the second half of 2025. We're going to do all the feng shui, the energy upgrades, and so much more. I'm super into this upgrade cycle, this retrograde season, whatever you want to call it, how you want to frame it is amazing. Anything you've heard about retrograde planets, just put it aside and say, okay, what would I do if I could slow down, really get a good, clear look at what I've been doing, make the exact changes that are going to supercharge my life. And then on top of all of it, I have the brilliant inspiration, the incredible ideas, and the confidence to make it happen. That's what the rest of this year is all about in terms of this retrograde energy. So let's get into all of it. So today, as I speak right now, Mercury, Saturn, Pluto, and Neptune are all retrograde. And so while this might seem like a lot, each planet has its own sort of sensibility. And Mercury is the quickest of all of these retrogrades. So it comes in, it goes out. And if you notice any sort of communication issues, those are usually Mercury retrograde. That's what people think. Now, I have noticed, because I don't think that, I rarely have communication issues during Mercury retrograde. Mercury is a planet that has to do with communication, but it also has to do with creativity. And in this case, at this time, with all the rest of the astrology, Mercury retrograde has to do with reinventing yourself. How exciting is that? And this kicks off the reinventing of yourself and how you creatively express yourself. If you've been wanting to get new clothes, we'll talk about all of these upgrades that you can make that are going to be phenomenal for bringing in abundance. Saturn retrograde has everything to do with how you manage power. How do you deal with power in your life? How do you think about power in your life? Huge, huge themes that can be just completely game changing. And if you have sort of a battle with power, how you reestablish yourself and allow yourself to be as powerful as you are. Pluto is all about innovation. And when we go retrograde with Pluto, we can upgrade areas of our life that are ripe for innovation, ready to change and be supercharged. And finally, last but not least, Neptune is our planet of dreams. And this is where you can get very clear about your priorities, the instincts, the intuition, the things that have been these little hits you've been getting, that it's time to do something, it's time to make a move. Now is the time to do it. So all of these retrogrades working together, because they don't all happen in a vacuum, they're working together, are bringing us into this huge time of change. Do you feel it? It's been about a week or so that we've had all of these active. And I wonder if you feel it, if you feel like you've been pushed to make a change, to do something different. Relax into attraction mode. If you've ever listened to Abraham Hicks, she talks about getting ready to receive and all of these things of being able to attract and receive and allow, the state of allowing, all of these things. That is something that I practice in my feng shui method, because relaxation is your magnetism. While we are excited always to take action and go and do things, relaxation gets deprioritized. People tend to think of relaxation as a luxury. It's a luxury that I can relax. It's a luxury that you can sleep. But actually, it's a humongous necessity, especially if you want to be the most effective in life. So this is a wonderful time to rethink your sleep and to allow yourself to relax more. And if any of you struggle with this, please let me know. I'm happy to make more videos about this. I'm going to be making so many videos on YouTube, even today, right after this. We're getting into a lot, really deep into this upgrade and transformation time. And it's timeless. We always want to be growing and changing. When you relax, you don't just allow things to come to you. When you relax, you tap into your intuition, you get downloads from the universe, you reset your brain. It's amazing for your health, for your whole body. This is everything. Relax more. When everything in the sky goes retrograde, we're being called to slow down. And if we resist, that's usually where problems happen. When you need to slow down and you're like, no, 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 I want to push harder. That's usually where you get pushed back by life. But if you're being called to relax a little bit more, and you go, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a little bit more time off. I'm going to take longer breaks. I'm going to sleep more. Then you notice the magic of this time. So big one, huge one. And if you need help sleeping, drop it in the comments and I'm happy to make more videos about this. Revamp your morning and evening routines so that they work for you. A lot of this retrograde has to do with reorganizing and restructuring your life. All of the retrogrades have in some way to do with reorganizing and restructuring. And the habits you do every day are ultimately going to be the things you see that you are rewarded with in your life. When you practice things, they grow. When you focus on things, they expand. And so when you have a morning or an evening routine, those are usually the 2 times a day. For some of you, you may be morning people. For some of you, evening people. 2 times a day when you are less apt to skip it. You're less apt to let it go. In the middle of the day, it's easy to be like, no, I'm busy. I can't do this. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. It never gets done. But in the morning, in the evening before bed, it tends to be easier. And in the morning, it sets up your day. In the evening, it sets you up for very powerful, intentional sleep. So think about the revamp of your morning routine to be more intentional, of your evening routine to be more full of gratitude and relaxation. You may even want to think about adding some rituals that allow you to tap into your inner knowing. So journaling or meditation, perhaps, where you open up to receive information, a spiritual practice if you have one. Very powerful to go deeper into a spiritual practice and let these morning and evening routines be streamlined. You don't want to have to do 500 things before you start your day. And same thing for the evening. You don't want to have to do 500 things. I'm going to give you a little tip. And I use AI very sparingly in my life. And I have decided, because of the environmental impacts of AI, that I'm only going to use AI when it has to do with something that's really going to make a giant difference in my life to get it right. So if I have a problem with, say, sleeping, or there's some issue that needs to be solved that's very complex, that's when I will turn to AI, only in these situations. And if you really struggle having a certain morning routine or evening routine, or struggle sleeping or anything else, you can put all of this into something like ChatGPT and get some really great feedback as to how you can switch your morning and evening routines. It's just a great starting point. I know that when I had a big thing to change, and it involved many parts, and it was a complex. It was a whole dental situation. It's very complex. This has to go first, and then this comes next, and then this. And it was very confusing because there are lots of people involved. I just put it all into ChatGPT and got a whole plan. And that's what I've been following, and it's been amazing. So for things like this that are very nuanced and can really make a difference in your life, that could be something you do as well. But right now, without AI, you can revamp your morning and evening routines with ease by paying attention to how you want to feel, what you want to work on. Again, more intention in the morning, more gratitude and relaxation in the evening. What are those habits that are going to light you up? And if you want me to make specific videos on this, please let me know, leave it below, and I will absolutely do that for you. Reimagine your home's potential by reorganizing. It is life-changing to reorganize and reimagine the potential of your home. Right now, I have beside me, I was going to bring it on camera, but I couldn't move it before, a great big money tree that is blocking my ability to reach a bookshelf. And because I can't reach the bookshelf, the way that my home is arranged is keeping me from being able to do all the things I want to do. So my home is not living up to its potential. I can't easily grab my books off the shelf. For you, it might be a crammed closet and you can't find things in it. For someone else, it might be your kitchen cabinets and you don't cook because every time you take a pot out, a million things fall out of the cabinets. I've seen it all. I've lived it all. And so what is it for you that you can reorganize? And you could do for the rest of the year, you could do this. You could declutter, you can reorganize, and in the process, reimagine not just your home's potential, but your life's potential. Because when you see things in order, when you see things that are together, when you see things that are seamless, where I say, you know what? I need a tissue. And then boom, I just grab one. That is something that sends a signal to you, to your whole energetic field, that life is easy, that things are together, that everything's working out for you. That's a huge layer of the benefits, the endless benefits of getting your home just in order. Forget about all the rest of the Feng Shui, just organizing in general. So where are you going to be able to reorganize that's going to help you to reach this greater potential? For me, it's my wardrobe closets and also drawers in my bedroom. That's like the final frontier. For you, it may be your kitchen cabinets or someplace else where this is going to be life-changing. The easier things are to access, the more you're going to see flow in your life. And this is just part of what happens when you start deliberately designing your home to make your dreams come true. If you want to learn how to do this professionally, the School of Intention, the Professional Feng Shui Certification Program is now open for registration. And this season exclusively, we're doing a decluttering certification. And if you want to get in on that, and it's free and it's just for the season, it's going to be a separate program. If you want to get in on that and you want to join us in early registration, there's a link below or in the show notes or wherever you're watching this or listening to this. There's a link in the description box on YouTube. I'm going to put it below in the comments to learn more and join us. It's going to be extraordinary. Even though you learn to do it professionally for others and have this professional skill of both Feng Shui and decluttering, you also are doing it for yourself in a profound way. And the thing that I love most about the training is watching everyone's home and life change so dramatically. This is the missing link, working with your environment. So during this retrograde, get into your home. And if nothing else, just reorganize and watch what happens. Watch how the flow starts to just go. It's incredible. Now, as I said at the beginning, you want to rethink your relationship with power and eliminate self-sabotage in the process. Oftentimes when we feel that we don't deserve power or we have a tricky situation to deal with power, where maybe we think that powerful people are greedy or powerful people have to make difficult decisions, or it's scary to be so visible or to have so much responsibility, whatever it is, then we are working really hard for opportunities. And at the same time, we are subtly sabotaging them. How many of you have done that? I have a million times over. I have for sure. And when you do this, when you self-sabotage, when you do this, you are possibly dealing with an interesting relationship to power. So it's a great idea to start investigating how you feel about being powerful. And when you get, just a little tip, when you get more organized and you declutter your home and you set your space up very deliberately, you'll find that you do less self-sabotage, because in the process of organizing, you start to rethink your relationship to power. And you become more comfortable with the idea of power and more comfortable with the idea that you create your life. You can't control all of life. You can't control other people, but you have a lot of power to create your life. And as you take control of your environment and take charge of this design process, that's where you see this power in action. And that's why this is just a mind-blowing process. Renew your determination to accomplish your goals. You set goals probably at the beginning of the year, or maybe last year on your birthday or whenever it was. Renew your determination to get them done and write them all out and reprioritize them. Reprioritize. Get clear. You cannot prioritize 15 things all at once equally and have everything be masterful. It doesn't work that way. We all have the same number of hours in the day. And even if you're the most efficient person on the earth, you will be dispersing your energy in too many directions. Get clear. This is the transformation that would just be the most incredible from now until the end of this next 6 months. And then I'm going to build it this, and then I'm going to build this, and then I'm going to go for this. And once you get clear, you can move forward. Sometimes one of the self-sabotages that we can do, and I don't know if you've done it because I do it all the time, I catch myself and I'm finally breaking this habit, is I load myself up with so many goals, so many things to do that there is no way I'm going to do them all well. And so I just start to go, I don't want to do anything. There's too much to do. I just want to walk away from this. I don't want to see it. Don't show me it. I don't want to know. And as a result, nothing gets done. Instead, renew your determination to get things done and get clear on what those things are. You might make a new vision board right now. You might decide to make a new list, post it up, put it on your computer, somewhere you can see it. Make it clear for yourself. These are the things I'm working toward. These are the things that matter the most. And just for now, for the next 6 months, and then stretch it out farther and stretch it out farther and stretch it out farther. You don't have to give up anything. You can have everything you want, but you might not be able to build everything you want and master everything you want to master all at once at the same time. And by trying to do so, it may be an inadvertent form of self-sabotage. So make it easy, prioritize, circle those top 1, 2, or 3 things, and go all in to make them happen. And remember, you can speed forward a lot faster and experience the biggest rewards. That's why this is a video about rewards. What happens when you do this? When you organize, energize, you rethink, you relax, you revamp, you start to receive so much more. And so I just want you to remember, you can speed forward and experience these amazing rewards when you reconcile the past so you aren't looking backwards. If you spend a lot of time looking back, it's very hard to forget about trying to do 20 things in a year. It's very hard to do one big thing in a year. If you're thinking the best days are behind me, the glory days, oh, if only I could go back there. What about what if I did that different? And what if I did that better? It's okay to have a nostalgic or backward thinking thought from time to time. But if you're thinking backwards too much, I am willing to bet a large amount of money, willing to bet you have a lot of clutter in your life. You may have a lot of clutter in your home. You may have a lot of clutter in your mind. You may have a lot of clutter in your digital world. You may be inundated with information all day long, and you're not as present as you could be. And so take this time to dig in, to get present, to get clear, and to zoom forward, because that's what this is. This is the retrograde upgrade rewards time. By the end of the year, you will be basking in the rewards. This is such an amazing time of astrology we've never experienced before in our lives. And I love all these themes, but most importantly, you always are the creator of your life. And so why not take this time to slow down, dig in, do the work, and really feel proud of yourself. That's the first reward you'll get. And then things will start coming out of the blue. Amazing things will start coming to you. I've seen it thousands of times. I've experienced it over and over again. And it is just amazing. There are a few questions I'm going to grab right now. I need a lot of rest and sleep due to a health issue. A lot of people don't understand that pain wears one out. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Even if it's a temporary pain, it is one of the best things that you can do to sleep and sleep and sleep as much as possible, and really pay attention, if you can, to sleep quality. Ever since I got one of these tracking rings, and this one is a ring con. They're not paying me. You can pay me, ring con. All I do is talk about you, but they are not paying me. And I always talk about this ring because it really tracks my sleep quality. And it really prompted me to make a lot of changes in my evening and even how I live during the day in order to sleep more deeply. Because even when you're sleeping enough hours, you don't always sleep as deeply as you could. And that is a big thing. Nothing gets done when everything is needing my attention. Yep. And that's why priorities are so important. It's also why morning and evening routines can be so great, because I'm probably going to fly off in a million different directions if I don't have a deep focus throughout the day. But I know in the morning, if I get those things done, those really important things for me that I have to do for myself, that is done, that is handled, that I've checked it off the list. And then even if the day kind of gets a little wild, I have the evening routine where I can focus in on those things I need to do for myself. So that's another reason why those morning and evening routines can be so helpful. Lots of us have jobs where we can't really, you can't really streamline everything. You can't just say, no, I'm busy right now. You have to do whatever is coming your way. And so those morning and evening routines become even more powerful. So yeah, it's super duper. Sending lots of love. Thank you so much. And just checking to see, I think many people are mentally and emotionally fleeing from overwhelm. Yeah, it is an overwhelming time. Just the invention of a computer that we carry in our hands created an overwhelming time. And then couple it with everything else that this new world involves, and it can be a super overwhelming time. And it's never been more important to clear your life, to minimize, and to take charge. And that's what this time is really all about. I'm having trouble going forward because I'm trying to align with what I want with other people in my life. And it's hard to get answers that help identify where people's desires intersect. That is a big one. And I would start by thinking about the fact that if you're doing, and this is just my view, but if you are doing things that are true to your soul and you have great communication with the people around you, your goals will naturally intersect. You will always support one another, and you don't have to hold yourself back in waiting to do those things, because I know the people who love you will absolutely support you. And yeah, so that might be one perspective to have. I know that sometimes we want to make sure that everything is perfectly aligned before we take a step forward, but sometimes you just need to take an action. This is a really good time to get those priorities clear, make your plans, and really get started, because the second half of the year is just going to be fireworks. Thank you all for your questions. They were amazing. And any other questions, comments, leave them below. I am here to help, and I'm going to make more sleep videos, all kinds of feng shui, and we're going to really master the second half of the year. And again, the Feng Shui School of Intention and Professional Decluttering this year only, this season only, is on the way and open right now for early registration. And if you want to join the webinar, that is, it's so fun, so activating, full of feng shui and energy boosts and all the things. You will also get that when you sign up at the link in wherever it is, above or below, depending on where you're watching this. And thank you so much for being here. There is a ton to come. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Lots of people watch and don't subscribe, but I am really going all in this season. So I'm making so many videos for you guys. I hope you love them all, and I will be back soon with more. Bye, everyone.